Hey guys, it's Randy from Beatnik24, and we need to talk about wokeness or being woke. Okay, a term we always use about he's woke, she's woke. And I guess, if you are reading Beatnik24 or watching Beatnik24, you're somewhat woke. You could care about the black community. You realize that there's some issues going on. You're not denying that there's white supremacy. You are woke, correct? That means you're not sleeping on what's happening in the world. And I think that's great. The problem I have is that these woke police, people who feel as if they could rate how woke somebody is and give out citations all the time, it gets on my nerves, right? And maybe think about it a little bit with this Meghan Markle wedding. And, I posted articles. Several people were very excited to see this black woman or biracial woman get married and marrying a prince. And so I had some people come out and say, man, what's wrong with you? How could you be happy for that? How could you celebrate that? There's been other black people who have been princesses. What about the history of oppression over there in England? All of these things. And the question is to see if a person could be woke if they celebrated this wedding. And my opinion is, and I don't have the woke handbook, but I think that you can be woke and happy. I think that you can recognize that there is a terrible history. I think you can recognize the history of black people being princesses before. I think that you can understand all the political things that circle an issue, and you still might get a little bit of satisfaction that the black girl won the prince. That there were millions or whatever, hundreds of little white girls who thought that they would one day win the heart of Prince Harry, and we had a sister who walked down the aisle and she got her man. Can we have that little bit of happiness? Does that mean that we're not woke? Okay? Can we be happy that there was a brother up there preaching like he was at an Alabama church on a Sunday? Can we be happy for that? Can we be somewhat excited that the gospel choir was rocking a little bit? Can we just celebrate that? Doesn't mean that we think that we've overcome. Doesn't mean that we have erased any poor history that's happened to us or any injustices. It means that we're just going to celebrate that a little bit. Maybe not for the reasons you think we're celebrating. Not because we're trying so hard to be embraced by white people, but it was just still cool for the sister to get her man. Because we for years have watched us not get a man or get the good man or win or be the princess. So can you just let us be happy, have a little tea sandwich and a little black tea and enjoy it for a minute? Is that okay? Also, the woke police, I often get, I had someone tell me off for writing articles. They're like, stop writing, go out there and do something. And let me say this to you. Everybody has their form of protest. Everybody needs to use what they do and help out black people, the black community, in my opinion. Okay? So the man that you think sold out because he goes to work every day and works in the man's office and has a highfalutin job, you don't know if he's providing internships to other brothers and sisters who want to get in. You don't know if he's ensuring that their company is paying black people the same as they pay white people. You don't know if he volunteers on the weekend. Okay? He may be just as woke as the next person. And also, the person who may write like me, that is my form of protest. My form of protest is making people aware, because sometimes people don't know what's happening. And I want to let as many people know, of all races, what's happening in our community so they too can get woke. That's my form. There's some people who are better and want to march. Well, I've also marched as well. But whatever it is, stop going around thinking that you've got the handbook, the Bible on wokeness. And then if you do, okay, what is interesting to me is that people who are so woke are sometimes mean to the people that they so supposedly love. If you're woke, it seems like black love should be first and foremost. That should be up front. So why are you talking to a sister or brother with such rage, or putting them down because they may not know something that you know, or putting them down because maybe they made a different decision? Now you can explain something, because I do. I do it all the time. I can become frustrated with my own people. But I really do try to come from a place of love, because being woke, in my opinion, is that you realize that we don't have room to hate one another. We don't have room to talk nastily to one another. We get that enough. Okay? So wokeness, I think with wokeness, there's room for happiness. With wokeness, there is room for celebration. With wokeness, there certainly is room for kindness, particularly with one another. Okay? So let's just work on that a little bit, guys. Woke doesn't have to be angry all the time. But don't get me wrong. You can't be black living in this country, as it's been said, as it was said by Baldwin, and not be angry. Of course we're angry, but I certainly believe that every now and then we could celebrate the little victories. Have a little tea, a little crumpet, whatever it is. That's just what I think. It's Randy from Beatnik 24. I'll chat with you next time.